Hey there, it's me, Julie Fei-Fan Balzer, and I'm here with a super fun, well, it's one technique kind of used two different ways. It's stencil and stamp bumping. So, what do you need to do stencil bumping? Well, you need a stencil. There you go. You obviously need some paint. I'm using a cosmetic sponge to apply my paint, and I have a piece of jelly paper that's sort of partially painted underneath. It's mostly a scrap. When I'm stenciling, in case you've never stenciled, you want to use as little paint as humanly possible. I'm mixing some sort of teal and white together. I like those mottled colors. You're certainly not required to mix them together. And I'm just going to pounce up and down through the stencil to get that little truck down there. And then I'm also going to catch some of those words too. Now, I went a little fast and I got some gloopy bits, so I'm going to just stencil those words one more time to be a little more neat. However, you know what happens when you go gloopy once is you end up getting paint on the back of your stencil and it kind of gets gloopy everywhere. So, c'est la vie. Stencil is meant to be forgiving and not perfect. So, now to bump it, what I'm going to do is simply shift the stencil over slightly so you can see some of that yellow coming through, and then I'm able to just go over it. Now, stencil bumping is not something I invented. It's been around for a while. Some people say that Lynn Perella is the person who first came up with it. I'm not sure, but it's a fun and easy way to give yourself that kind of shadowy look on your stencils. You can see it looks like there's a shadow behind what you've just done. I think it's cool and just a way to make your stencils look kind of 3D. It feels like the kind of thing that someone accidentally was trying to stencil over something and got it slightly off and discovered it kind of smart. So, how about art foamies? And you notice the big one and the little one of those number stamps. So I'm going to use a little one here. And I figured if you could do stencil bumping, why couldn't you do stamp bumping? So, it works a little bit better with a slightly bold stamp. A line stamp is not going to give you the same effect because you need the two images to lay on top of each other the same way they do with that truck. So I'm just going ahead and I'm applying paint to my art foamy. And if you've never used an art foamy, these are from artfoamies.com. You can purchase them there. They're fantastic foam stamps, really great designs, if I do say so myself. And easy to use, chunky, and you don't have to clean them. So I'm going to do a first print, and then I'm actually going to do a second print without re-inking that stamp. So I get my first and my ghost. Then I'm going to go ahead into a second color and reapply. Now, the colors that you use do matter, and I probably should have shown some better colors here, but you'll get the idea just from seeing this. So again, I print it slightly off and boom, it's like there's a magical shadow on my stamp. It looks really, really awesome. So I love the way that that turns out. And if we look at close, you'll see it's actually hard to tell the difference between the ghost or the second print and the original first print because they're so, the paints, not the paints, these stamps do hold the paint really, really well. So you can imagine the possibilities. Now, remember I said the color matters. So here's a sheet of eyes. And the one's on the left and the one on the right, it's just opposite. So what I mean is, so I use the neon pink over yellow on the left. You can see that there. And then I used the neon pink under and the yellow over. And you can see obviously transparency of paint as well as color matters in how this technique works. So again, here we have, I think this is red under maroon, and here is maroon under red or something version of that. That's black under green. But I think it looks a lot better when the black is over the green. You really get that like 3D shadowing thing. And again, with the purple over the lavender and then the lavender over the purple. So I generally feel like the darker color looks better over it. Also just trying out different color combinations here. For instance, I think the neon behind the truck looks really fantastic. There's something about the contrast between that single color and the next one that looks really, really cool. I think on the text, you can kind of see also that when the prints are really close together, it's really where the stencil or stamp bumping. This is black over orange on the left and then orange over black on the right. So this is just a fun way to do it. This is a book page. It's sort of been gessoed out and then the two different colors printed on top. And you can see that this would be pretty enough to just be a card front. You could even hang up a bunch of them, frame them, something fun, but those are all stamps. So stencil and stamp bumping, awesome, super fun. Come visit me over on my website at balzerdesigns.com. I'd love to see you.